Parents, how did it feel watching your child make choices that ruined their future? My youngest girl, Lynn, used to be the kind of kid who lit up every room she walked into, always full of energy, always smiling, nothing ever seemed to bother her. She was the total opposite of her older brother Joshua, who always had something to complain about. But somewhere around her first year of high school, I noticed she was starting to change. She began wearing heavy makeup and dressing in a way that did not sit right with me. Anytime I brought it up, she would blow up at me, going on about how it was her body and her choice. She would throw in the usual line about how all the other girls were doing the same thing. It was painful for me to see the daughter I raised trying to become someone she was not, thinking she had to change everything about herself just to be seen as grown up. I tried explaining that she did not have to follow the crowd, that she could choose her own way and still be proud of it, but she refused to listen. I have always believed in giving my kids room to make their own decisions, so I thought maybe it was a phase and I let it go. But our relationship only got worse with time. What started as small disagreements turned into shouting matches. Then she started bringing boys home, and while I did not meet all of them, some looked way older than her. One day, when she was at school, I went through her room because I was looking for something she had taken. When I opened the drawer by her bed, I found a small clear bag behind the lamp, and I knew exactly what it was. I had gone to college too, I was not clueless. I confronted her hard when she got home, and it blew up into a huge fight. The next morning, she was gone. Her clothes were missing, 2 bags I kept in the closet were gone, and I called the police immediately. I could not believe she had run away from me, the person who had always loved her more than anything. My husband Brad and I searched our town for hours every day, asking people, showing pictures, but it all led to nothing. It stayed that way for nearly 4 years. Then, out of nowhere, a friend's mother sent me a video she saw online. It looked like Lynn. I clicked on it and realized it was a news segment. At first, I did not understand what it was about until I saw the headline talking about a protest involving workers in a bad area of town. I stared at the screen and tried to convince myself it was not her, but the more I looked, the more sure I became, and it looked like she was under the influence of something. I started crying right then and there. I could not believe it. I was sitting in my bedroom, watching a video of my daughter, and it hit me that I had no control over anything anymore. She was in Los Angeles, California. I lived in a small town in Texas. A few days later, I booked the next flight and got myself to that city with nothing but a suitcase and determination. I rented a car and for the next few weeks I drove around the exact part of town mentioned in the report. I would pick a street, drive it end to end, move to the next one, and do it again. I did not expect a miracle, but I had to try. I knew I could not rely on the police, so I never called them. Then, one day, I saw her. I was driving through a rough-looking area when I spotted someone in the distance who looked just like her. I drove closer, and I could not believe my eyes. It was Lynn. I stopped the car and got out, called out to her, and she turned to face me. She looked shocked but ran toward me, and I ran to her. We held each other like we had not seen each other in decades. Both of us cried, and for that brief moment, it felt like everything was going to be okay. We sat down to eat afterward, and I tried to have a conversation with her. I wanted to know everything, but she barely spoke. She seemed distant, like she was not even there. Eventually, she said a few words near the end, and when we finished eating, I headed to the car. She did not follow. I turned around and asked what was going on. She said she could not come with me. She said she was being watched and that she would be in danger if she left with me. That hit me hard. I begged her to get in the car, but she kept saying they would hurt her if she left. She told me they were already nearby and had warned her while we were eating. I told her to stay put and grabbed my phone to call the police. While I was dialing, I noticed she was looking past me, and then she turned back and hugged me again. She said she was sorry, that she loved me, and then she ran. She took off faster than I could keep up with, and when I tried to catch her, she was already gone. I jumped in the car and drove around trying to spot her, but she had disappeared. I think someone picked her up. It all happened so fast. When the police arrived, I told them everything, but I could see they were not hopeful. It has been a few months now, and I have never felt this low in my life. I have turned to drinking, trying to numb myself from the pain, waking up every day with pounding headaches and no motivation. I have had moments where I did not want to live anymore. My son mentioned that I should talk to a professional or even check into a mental facility, but hearing that made me feel even worse. All I can think about is how I failed my daughter. I could not save her, even when she was right there in front of me. I feel like I let her down as a mother, as a parent, and as a human being. Watching her fall apart broke something inside me, and now I am broken too. I hope one day I will see her again, but deep down, I know that moment might have been my only shot, and I lost it.